All right, today we're gabbing with Guerdy Abraira, star of The Real Housewives of Miami. Guerdy has had quite the season so far. It's getting a lot of people talking, and I am just happy to see her face, happy to have some time with her this season. Guerdy, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm in LA right now.
You're in LA right now. Okay.
Yeah,
How's that treating you? The other
amazing. I
Sunshine
just I
State.
just left Jeff Lewis, Jen Fessler. We just happened to be like in the same city, same time. So she popped in, and yeah, amazing time here.
I love it. So I just wanted to start off by asking you because I feel like this season, obviously, as I alluded to and we'll get into, it's been very divisive based on stuff that you're involved in. But it seems as though you've been getting a lot of support and a lot of people are behind you in a lot of this stuff. And I'm just wondering how that has felt as it's airing back and as the conversation's really going. How does that feel for you to know that you have so much support?
Yeah, I mean, listen, first of all, last year I got a lot of attention, not in the, yeah, look at me wanting, to get that kind of attention that was based on my diagnosis. This season, I was like, I'm gonna just want to fly under the radar. And
Mhm.
honestly, I just want to have the best time ever because I just finished recovering from like back-to-back surgeries over that
Of
hiatus
course.
period. And so I'm like, whoop, we're gonna have a good time. Been texting with a lot of the girls, all good. Throughout the entire time. Little to my knowledge that I guess what was in my face via text was not what was happening behind my back. So right now, when I'm watching these episodes, I'm like you guys. I'm watching it and I'm like, that's what they were saying about me. That's what they like. I'm baffled and I'm flabbergasted. So things happen on this season, me thinking it's in real time. Okay, sorry, you're sorry, I'm sorry, we're moving on. You're sorry, I'm sorry, we're moving on. I'm not getting the backstory until I'm watching this live. And then, of course, it's going to bring some feelings back because now a lot of things make sense. I'm putting the Cubix cube together and it's not pretty. It's not
Mm,
pretty at all. And the reunion is going to be coming up and there's going to be a lot of things that you know, need to
gathered.
reveal for people to really understand the bigger picture of it. So there are good times coming for sure. So I think the
The
teaser is gonna
mid-season trailer is just dropping as we're talking. Yep.
yeah. So you see that I'm all about fun. That's what I wanted. What you see on the later part of the season is what I wanted to walk into,
Got it.
and that's that.
Is there somebody watching it back, seeing what everybody's saying? Is there somebody who is surprising you the most about how they're talking about things this season, like in confessionals? Is there a particular person?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of disappointments, but I can't just sit in my in the the disappointment.
Okay.
Every scene that you see me, every group event that you see me walk into, you see a smile on my face, even though the
Yeah.
water was tossed 2 weeks ago. I'm never one like Julia that walks into my party like she's walking into a funeral and starts again victimizing herself. I don't do that. I walk into a new restart every single time you see me with these girls, and it's not the same reciprocated. So I don't have an agenda about bringing down and getting gloomy and toxic. It's other people who want to do this on
Hmm.
my back, and I don't appreciate. I've worked very hard for this brand and for my name and my legacy. And all it takes is 1 minute on a screen for you to look a certain way,
Right.
and then people view you as is. And it's intent that matters and disappoints me the most because the intent to paint me as thirsty, opportunist, all about me, inconsiderate, that is the least thing that I've tried to lead by. And that's the reason why led me onto the cruise for a second time. So stupid me for being nice.
Mm. Mm. I'm curious from your perspective because obviously, the show was filmed, people do confessionals, and we're seeing how people kind of people on your cast viewed some of these incidents that have happened so far this season. But now in interviews, it seems as though some other people have said like, oh, I wish I'd expressed more support for Guerdy in that moment, and that's people have said that. And I'm curious, do you think that that is a little bit in response to some of this fan reaction to what happened, and because it has been very strong, and I feel like there's a bit of a shift.
I've only seen Alexia step up. I don't know who else are we
I
talking
saw
about?
Alexia's interview.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so it's nice. It's a nice gesture to now see that okay, maybe coulda, shoulda, woulda, but
right.
didn't. So it's nice. It's a nice gesture.
Okay. And then I also I interviewed Lisa last week who was not there for the incident. Adriana wasn't there for the incident. And we were talking a little bit about how her not being there, I guess she, in her perspective, doesn't really, she didn't have a full understanding about what had gone down. And it was interesting seeing Adriana in this week's episode saying, you know, putting up receipts on a wall comparing to a water throw, you
It's
know,
more benign, exactly.
right, exactly. What
Um,
do you make of that? Like, because I feel like they're trying to support you, but they weren't there in that moment.
Listen, flat out, of course, the timing was not good. The place was not good. When you're in a feeling
Hmm.
of desperation, feel unseen, and feeling like everyone purposely does not want to believe you. When you have tried all attempts privately, as a group, and the last time you tried as a group, you got literally assaulted. Okay. No one wanted to listen. And
Hmm.
if anyone out there has ever felt like they're waving the flag and no one purposely, we don't want to know the truth and put blinders on you. What does that say about how they view you? And what is your value in that friend group? So when you feel devaluated, you feel like you don't matter, and you feel so betrayed. Betrayed. The betrayal is on so many layers that at the reunion I hope to share. And you just feel like, what? What did I do to deserve this when I'm just trying to get my group back. And I
Hmm.
feel like I'm getting cut at my knees. Like I'm like, I didn't do anything to deserve this. And
Hmm.
you feel helpless. You snap, and I
Right.
snapped at the wrong time, wrong place. Of course,
Right. It was obviously so nice to see that lunch between you and Nicole because I think that it was nice to see her in general and to see how she
Yes,
was doing it, but also was a reminder of a couple things like how strong your friendship is and also just how she gets you, and it really like that was a reminder, that little scene that we got. And I'm curious from your perspective and your experience this season. Again, I guess in hindsight it's a little different because you're watching it back and learning some stuff.
yeah.
But in the moment, did you feel as though you were missing, especially now that your relationship with Julia was being affected? Did you feel like you're missing a link with Nicole not being there? Sort of, did that impact your experience this season in that way?
Well, I of course hugely, because someone's gonna have to have common sense at some point in time. And what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. Like that's what it is. We teach our kids this, right?
Of
What's right
course.
is right. When you see something wrong, you see something, you say something, even at the airport. So for you to see something getting assaulted by a repeat offender, Julia's done this and attempted to on Marisol in Bahamas, and we
Mm,
come to her defense. That's the natural act, right? So how is it was so unnatural to see them not do anything, and knowing where I'm coming from and just feeling that whole thing. So there was never two sides of the story with them. It was like, well, Guerdy, what could you have done to lead her to that? That was the topic,
mm,
not Julia, what's going on? And let's figure this out in black and white, the truth. Okay, well, this is wrong, Julia. So that's the thing. But I came in, not even, I miss Nicole, of course, but
of
when I
course.
when I was ready to start filming season 7, I'm not even thinking like, oh my God, I'm scared because Nicole's not here. I'm like, I've been building this whole thing. Like Lexi and I had dinner, had lunch after the season 6 reunion and was connecting, and I was on group chats and the whole thing. I'm thinking, let's have fun. I did not see, this was my biggest blind spot, not seeing the real reality of how they felt or about what Julia told them. So that was what was hurtful. She was able during the hiatus to successfully sway their opinion.
Mm,
And then you see the talking points. Julia says, oh, she makes everything about her. And then Alexia doesn't want to invite me to a party because what? I make things about me. So this is a repeat of a repeat. And all of
I
a sudden
see.
it becomes true. And I'm walking into like, hi guys. And then I'm like, oh, water. What? That's the problem. So,
Got it.
and I'm blind to all of it until now that I'm watching it. So this is why a lot of feelings are back.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it was interesting watching her on. Did you see her on Watch What Happens Live? Did you watch that?
I saw multiple clips, including
Okay.
the one from
The
Isaac
apology.
Mizrahi.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
I want to
Isaac
address
Mizrahi
that.
one. Yeah. Let's talk about it. What was your reaction to seeing him say that he was glad she threw the water? Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Disgusting. I didn't come on TV to do this.
Hmm.
So for that to be said to someone like myself and any woman, for men to say he was glad that somebody got assaulted, the most degrading situation I've ever been in, and someone's clapping. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Gertie. Yeah, that was, and I think that again, it's one of those moments though where you see how many people are supporting you and how many people have called
Yeah,
that moment out that happened on Watch What Happens Live. And so I hope that you can take some solace in knowing that there are
I know,
people
but
that, you know,
I've
yeah.
been doing the work. I've been doing the work. I've been going to therapy every week and the whole thing. And it's like when when you get a clip like that,
Hmm.
it's so fresh because now I'm like going back to the moment that he's talking about that he loves so much. And that's like that blows my mind. That blows my mind. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just moments like that. It's not what it's actually about, you know? And the sentiment was like, oh, the season wouldn't have had anything if that didn't happen. And that's one, that's not true because your show has so much going for it and you bring so much else to the show. And that to me, I was like, that's just not true. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just not true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Um, did you see her apology to you on that episode? Did you have any
Okay.
reaction to that?
I saw her apology and I also saw her grinning and just kind of trying to not to smile while he was saying that as well. So I saw all of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can I wanted to ask one more question about Nicole though, because again, I
Yeah.
know that I saw you brighten up when you're around her. You do,
I,
Guerdy. You do. You know.
that's the person I
Yeah.
am. I'm a
Do
happy person.
you? I know. Listen. We spent a day together in Miami a couple of years ago, and
Yeah.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Do you have any sense of where she stands in terms of like, because she has her podcast now and she kind of is talking about the show. It seems
Yeah.
like she's not super positive about it, but what do you have any sense as her friend, sort of where she stands in a return or how she feels about joining again?
Well, here's the kicker. You know, I think that if she would have seen everyone treat everyone equally and everyone just being, you know, like be nice, just be nice. If everyone was just nice, and she would have seen like, oh, it wasn't so bad, maybe. But I think that this was not the direction that she would have loved to see the show go into because
Totally.
I highly doubt that she's going to be like, sign me up for this. Can't wait till you know what happened to Guerdy. Maybe it happened to me.
Right.
It's it sucks because I would have loved to have her back as well. And I'm the one who single-handedly convinced her to film this scene with me and this lunch with me. And so for me, it's kind of like, damn,
Hmm.
look at
Yeah.
that. Look at how we behave, even worse than when she was on the show.
Right.
So it's not a good
Right.
look.
So it's yeah. So it's not helping the case with her. Right. Exactly. I totally. Is there somebody on the cast, Gertie, that you feel like in the wake of your friendship with Julia kind of falling apart, that you feel like, and Nicole not being there, that you feel like you've built a new friendship with or a stronger friendship with? Who are some of those people that you feel like have stepped
Absolutely,
up for you?
absolutely. I contact me, Lisa, myself, and Adriana are we got very tight very quickly. I was with them last week actually. Stephanie as well. We're texting all the time, you know, and so we're in communication for sure. And I texted with Alexia, surprisingly, text, and you know, I said thank you for you know, expressing some regret about whatever happened, and then you know
That's
she said, you
nice.
know, I'm so sorry. I feel so, and then Larsa texted me also saying, hey, Dr. Phil, that was such a funny scene when I was trying to play mediators, you know. So
Oh, right.
I think we're all just trying to fill each other out,
Hmm.
you know. And you know, for Julia to say she's sorry and she apologized before and that she already did it again, but she's gonna
Right.
do it again. She's never texted me once after the whole thing. The only thing I known before this apology on Watch What Happens Live was her at the premiere party saying, I wish Guerdy can stay as far away as possible from me. So this is someone who's not sorry about the lies. They never apologize about the lies itself. They're apologizing only for the water toss.
Hmm.
And that to me is what blows my mind. How could you be apologetic about just throwing the water, but not about the full lie? Stop. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
This full lie. There's no truth, her truth, my truth, the middle. There is none. It's
Right.
this lies, and here's the proof. Okay. We're going to have to add shit up. Okay.
Yeah, and the water toss is such a black and white, wrong, right and wrong thing. But like,
That's
so
right.
is an easy thing to
Yeah. Yes. And
obviously say, oh
I
yeah,
am
of
not,
course I'm sorry for that. Right.
I'm the only reason why I'm doing this press tour is to rewrite the wrong because of the fact that I was blindsided by everything that happened, and I am responsible for me and my legacy and my family. That's all I have. The intent, when you see the intent of slandering me, could have had big big effects of people not wanting to work with me because she's this and she's this and she's that. The text messages I posted, of course, I hate that I had to do that. They were not incriminating of like, I'm revealing a secret, you're cheating on. It wasn't that. It was just like the situation. This is what happened on the cruise. It was a conversation about that would have cleared everything up in a jiff. I would
Got it.
never post anybody's text message like that, like Larsa did on episode 1 when she showed the entire conversation with Marcus
Right.
on the camera. Here's the camera. Here's what he said. That's incriminating because he's saying, I will get you back no matter what with your family. That's slanderous in a biggest way. Me saying, no, I was here. She put me in this restaurant and I didn't volunteer. She suggested is just clearing it up. So I hate that I had to do it. But at the moment, I thought it was the right thing to do at the moment.
Yeah. What would you have done differently if you looked back at it? Would you have done it like a different place, different time? No.
I wouldn't have done anything, to be honest. I felt like, I was exhausted, tired. Russell just saw me like, damn, like you were supposed to be having fun and look at your physique, look at your state. I was getting sick. I couldn't sleep. And then he's like, okay, so you talk about this being Guerdy 2.0 and this, bad bitch and the whole thing. Like these girls are like playing in your face, and all of this was just kind of building in on my head. And then I'm at the event when he told me that she came in still talking about it when we said we were not going to talk about this with anybody but ourselves, and you come to my party with a face of like distress, like you need to again bring it up at my celebration. So when he told me that at that moment, I was like, oh no, when they go low you go high, but when they go low you're going to go lower to the pits of hell. And I was like, boom, I just sent you something. When I say go, we're like, that's, oh, my eyelashes is coming out to my assistant. So I was like, I was in full Gerdified wedding,
I get it.
event planning mode. Like, let's execute. And
it was also interesting seeing Julia, because Andy asked her on Watch What Happens Live if, she regrets bringing it up at the red flag narcissist party. And she said no, because there was a healer there and that was the job. And it was interesting that she didn't, because that's really what got you. That's what got you.
But she sets the rules and then she gets to do anything around them and bend them and twist them and throw the rule book out the door. And I'm supposed to say, oh, it's okay. If I did anything that Julia did, throwing the water, after I say, I'm okay, I understand the rules, changing the rules. Come on, let's not do this hypocrisy game. And that's the gaslighting effect. It's like everything that happened, I try to tell to Alexia, this is what the truth is. Oh, okay, this is how I feel. I feel like this. It's all in your head. You don't matter. I talked to this other person. Here's what's happening. Well, she's hurt. Okay. And this is all after the water toss that everyone is making excuses for her or saying there's a reason why she did what she did to you. If anybody's in a position where you have not been believed and you're telling people the truth is just right here, give me 2 seconds, and they won't listen to you, it may get you to a crazy point where you do a crazy thing.
I believe it. You know? Yeah. Guerdy, is the cast like sort of on different? Is it sides right now, or is it more complicated than that? Like it feels like they're kind of not. I don't want to say teams. It doesn't seem like that clear cut. But what's the dynamic right now?
No, but we came into the season not even doing all of this. So some people chose to do this. The hiatus was too long for some people, and they needed to spice things up during the break, I guess, and concocted things in their head that were not and could have easily been clear before we got on camera. And I want to make something very clear. We're talking about a cruise that happened in 2023.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like,
and before the season 6 reunion.
Guerdy, I brought that up on a recent. I was like, why didn't we bring it up there? Why did we not clear the air there? Yeah.
Because there was nothing there. We never had a face-to-face or a call. Hey, about the cruise, that was so messed up. Nothing. It was a text message. I say, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, like, I left my family and to be here for you. And here I am in a restaurant without my reservation, alone, eating alone and I'm here for 4 hours while you're at a VIP event that you had a +1 seat to, but for some reason you no longer have that seat, and I'm schlepped to the side and I don't understand what we're doing. That was it. She didn't like the fact that she was being embarrassed to be called out, like, hey, like, dude, that's not what friends do. And she didn't like to be in that position. And she was with Alexis Bellino's, who's her publicist as well. And I guess they decided we're gonna get her on that one. I don't know what to tell you, but
Got
she
it.
had a beautiful story about adopting her children. Leave it there. Don't put me in it. I'm recovering. Leave me alone.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think it would have been, and we've seen some of that this season, Guerdy, but I would have liked to see even more of that. This season of that
Can
stage
you
of your
imagine?
journey. Yeah.
People have been asking, saying you're the first person to shave your head, first person to showing us the radiation the effects of your breath.
Hmm.
And then I got all those scenes got cut because I'm sitting here in some mess over over me doing something that vindicated me, maybe not at the wrong time and place, but no one said nothing when the full assault happened, and now you're making me the problem child.
Yeah. Well, I think again, I think viewers are seeing your reality in this, and I think you should feel better about that. It looks like the rest of the season is going to be more fun, I think, at least for you in the moment. Is that
Yes,
accurate? It
it
looks like
is.
we the trips look really fun, genuinely.
Again, I psych myself out to say, okay, I'm just gonna deal with this whole thing later, and I'm just gonna walk in and smile and say hi and just start over every single time. And during the Spain trip, and so forth, I was able to successfully be good and not be in the mix. And so you'll see that. Thank God. There's a good times are coming,
Good.
and I mean, we even kissed, and I'm like, I was definitely buzzing when that happened, but because I never kissed a girl ever, so but she walks around looking for kisses everywhere. So all of a sudden, we kiss. So we try to move forward, and then something happens that
Of course.
starts it again, and the reunion will be
Yeah, that's
happening.
that's what the reunion's for. The reunion's for, at least saying both your piece, and who knows how much you can move forward. But
Yes,
it's you seem like you'll be prepared. So, and I don't doubt that.
yes,
Well,
100%.
Gertie, I always love getting to chat with you. Love seeing your face, and I'm glad that you are feeling the support and just people behind you this season. That's nice
Thank
to
you
hear.
so much for talking to me. I
Of
appreciate you
course,
so
of
much. Love
course,
you.
you're the best. All right, talk soon.
Bye.
I want to gab.